What's up, guys, and welcome back to WTF Sports. Let's hop right into an AFC North prediction video.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, as Mason said, we're doing the AFC North today, finally moving over to this conference. We got the Browns, the Bengals, Steelers, and the Ravens. Quite a combo of teams, if we're being honest. Some high highs and some low lows. But let's jump into our predictions from last year, right? Last year, we predicted pretty decent on the Ravens, and that's about it. Kind of. I mean, the Bengals too. Bengals, we should have been right. Let's be honest. 12-5 is what they should have been, but their defense sucked. So just awful. And even the Ravens too. 15-2 probably would have been their record had they not lost a couple random games for no reason.
Yeah.
Jeez. And I mean, yeah. Mason, you want to go over other two? Because those are pretty far off.
I'm glad that you're handing these over to me,
Oh, yeah, so, of course.
Yeah, the Steelers we predicted would go 4-13. Understandably so, because they didn't have a good quarterback situation. But, yeah, they went 10-7 because Mike Tomlin did his thing, and it's over 500 again. But the Browns, there's no argument for that. That was just too much love. Heading over to their defense.
Yeah, I think it was only their defense.
Yeah.
Or we were smoking crack or something. Cause I don't know what allowed us to go 4-13 for the Browns.
I have no idea either, honestly.
That's right.
But we're not going to jump too far into that. That's last year. This is a new year.
Yeah.
The new year.
New year.
So we're going to hop right into some new ones.
But before we do that, we got to talk about notable offseason changes for these teams. The Ravens, right? Re-signed Ronnie Stanley. That's a good lineman. That's a good signing. And I even heard Lamar's going to make their 53-man roster. Big news. They signed Jair Alexander, so the 6 games he's going to play, that's big. They also just re-signed Kyle Hamilton to a huge deal, like $100 million 4 years, something like that, something insane.
Yeah, they literally just today.
Yeah, so he got paid.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really think the signing of Jair Alexander is all that, because Jair Alexander is not a very good player, in my opinion.
As he's saying that as a Bears fan.
Yep. Not a very good player, in my opinion.
Oh, then let me talk about a previous player from the Seahawks. The Steelers, they acquired DK Metcalf for a 2nd-round pick, I believe. And then they proceeded to trade away George Pickens. So they had like a crazy, I would think a pretty good duo for a minute there. And got rid of one of them.
Yeah, they had the crash out duo.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
They would have been ejected every game, which is that's football right there. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, trading away Pickens, I think keeping him would have been the better move because like they don't have a wide receiver too. Like Calvin Austin is their number 2. Who he's okay.
Calvin Austin's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But like he's not like he's not as good as Pickens or DK. And then they also I see Mason's camera's very laggy right now, so y'all have to put up with that.
Yes?
Yeah.
So sorry.
You're back now. And then obviously the biggest signing of the offseason really. They signed Aaron Rodgers. He's like 50, dude. He's not gonna do anything. I mean also we didn't write him down, but they traded for Jalen Ramsey. They traded Fitzpatrick for him, which is interesting.
Yeah,
I think Fitzpatrick
got draft picks in return.
Yeah, probably. And then they also signed Darius Slay. Correct? Yeah. And he's I mean he's older, but he's still decent. So not terrible. You're gonna have to see how we rank him though. Amazing. You can cover the other 2 if you want.
Yep. And then the Bengals finally re-signed Trey Hendrickson. Sam Hubbard retired, and they drafted Shamar Stewart. So hopefully their defense looks a little better, but their secondary is where they have huge problems, and
they did nothing there.
Yeah, it's not very good. Not looking very good there. The Browns drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks, which was very interesting, and I think everybody was questioning that when it happened. So yeah, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel are on the same team, fighting for quarterback starting QB spots. And they have Joe Flacco starting the season, so we'll see how this goes.
And we also got to talk about the fact that the Browns only kept Joe Flacco and their 2 rookie QBs. They have their quarterback room's a vet and 2 rookies. It's gonna if Flacco goes down, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens there.
What happened to Pickett?
They traded him to the Viking. No. I don't know. They traded him. I can't remember where, but it was like yesterday. They just traded him. So he's gone, and then they dropped that one guy, Josh something maybe. They signed him for a week and then dropped him. And then I think they still have Diddy Deshaun. I'm assuming he's still there, just probably on the IR.
Oh yeah, traded to the Raiders.
Raiders, that's what it was. But yeah, so Pickett got traded, and so they're rocking 2 rookies and a vet, which is interesting. But let's see how far that's gonna get them, because to start with our predictions, we have the Browns in last at 4-13.
Yeah, it's not gonna look good in my opinion. I mean, you got Joe Flacco, who's definitely fizzling out. I mean, he had that Cinderella season a couple years ago, but as he showed last year, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
They did not make enough changes, in my opinion, to improve significantly from last year. And yeah, they also lost Amari Cooper. So
That is a big loss too.
Yep. Yeah.
And we learned from last year making the Browns go 14-3, so we're not gonna let that happen again. And I mean, I think this is a pretty they also don't have a crazy easy schedule, I don't think. I mean, obviously they have to play 6 of their games are against the Ravens, Steelers, and the Bengals, which are all better teams than them, in my opinion. I don't see them going very far. But we'll see. And we could be wrong again. You never know.
The division record is 1-5. So
probably a win against the Bengals, or probably the Steelers again.
No. Steelers, I believe.
The Steelers. But then, speaking of the Steelers, coming in at the 3rd place in the division is the Steelers with a 5-12 record. They finally get a losing record because they decided to hire someone older than their head coach. I don't know if that's true, but he's old.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is just not the same player, and he just doesn't have the right team right now, in my opinion. You got an okay defense. You got an okay offense, maybe.
They don't have a running back. I mean, they have Jalen Warren, but Najee Harris was the big
Jalen Warren was good.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's good, but Najee Harris was their, you give him the ball, he's getting 10 yards. He was good.
That's why the Chargers drafted another running back when they signed him, right?
He's injured.
They drafted another running back, before he got injured.
Oh, whatever you say.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah, I don't think the Steelers are going to be great.
I don't think so either.
They're probably going to have 3 games where they just are yep, this is a team that's going to the playoffs. And then the rest of the season is going to be yeah, what were we thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be rough for them.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a little rough.
But when is it not being a Steelers fan? And then, coming in at number 2 is the Bengals with a 9-8 record.
Yep.
Is their offense a 9-8 team? Absolutely not. Their offense is a 13-win team.
Yep.
But then their defense.
Their defense is probably a 13-loss team.
Yeah. So they got to even it out at 9-8.
Yep.
Hopefully enough to make the playoffs.
Division record is 3-3, and I think that the main problem we have with the Bengals here is their defense. I mean, they had long holdouts because they didn't want to pay their defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
They finally got contracts done. So their season, if they want to go to the playoffs, it depends on how their defense plays. So, because we've already seen last year how good Joe Burrow can play and not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, that's just how it is for the Bengals.
Yeah, I hope they come out hungry this year, looking to get that playoff run, because they after last season, at least Burrow deserves just that.
Yeah.
He was too good. So I'm hoping this year they can do good, and I mean, I think 9-8. Hopefully they get 10 because 10 is a little more likely to make the playoffs. But let's just hope. I'm praying. I want to see the Bengals do good. I've always liked Burrow, so it's we can hope. But then obviously we've gone through every team except for one. Coming in at number 1 in the division is the Baltimore Ravens. Surprise, surprise. The 12-5 record, a 5-1 in the division, and
same record as last year.
Yeah, you can't say much against them. They're probably a top 5 team in the league. They're just really good all around. So it's just there's no points to argue against.
Exactly. I mean, I think that. I mean, like if you just look at the main justification, just put Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I mean, those two are sort of an unstoppable force, as proven by last year. So
yeah,
I expect to see something similar. I know Derrick Henry is getting a little older, and his production should be slowing down. But
you'd think.
I still think that they will be easily the best team in this division. So
yeah, and I mean, like Mason said, yeah, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, it's like a top 3 at each of their positions, and their wide receivers are good enough most of the time, and their offensive line is good. Their defense is pretty just either good or really good all around. So it's just that team that's just they're going to be good, and I don't have a problem with that because they're not like the Chiefs. You know, Lamar Jackson keeps kind of quiet. He's not
because they can't win the Super Bowl either. So.
Yeah, they can't get there. They're like the Bills more so.
Yeah, them and the Bills, dude.
Hopefully we see an AFC championship of the Bills and the Ravens this year. That'd be some football.
That would be okay.
Because then it's
I'd like to see anything but KC out there.
Anything but Kansas City, bro. We can pray. But yeah, finally to wrap that up, here's our final standings. 12-5, 9-8, 5-12, and 4-13. And I mean, if you disagree with them, let us know. Are we gonna change our predictions? No. But yeah, and then I'm gonna put the full game logs per week in the description. I've done that for every one of these. If you want to go back and look at any of the other divisions, and it's just like by week you can see wins and losses. See if you agree or disagree with that. If there's a specific team you think they should have beat or lost to, all that. And if you liked any of this, like, comment, subscribe. Love you till the day you die if you do. If you disagree with any of this, definitely let us know in the comments, please.
Yeah, engagement is good for us.
Exactly. Give us our interactions, bro.
Engagement is good for us. So, and while you're commenting and disagree with us, like it. Just like it.
Exactly. You're already.
It was a successful video. It's a rated bait video.
Yeah, you're already there. Just like it.
Just joking.
But
anyways, yeah. At the end?
I think it is.
All right. Well, then we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Later.